Hey guys, what's going on? This is Sully from the Adam Sullivan Music Theory blog, and today we have the next episode of the Composer's Vlog. So first, let's start by going back to what we were talking about last time, explaining to y'all the whole concept of void, and explaining why we're writing this song. And for those who are just joining in on us, basically I wrote this piece that I'm pulling up now for an RPG called Void. So now we're going to go ahead and pick up where we left off last time. For now, what we're looking at right now is with the theme song to the game, what we're going to end up doing is we're going to build it off of a string quintet. So as you can see here, it looks pretty empty because last time all we did really was format the piano part into the score. So what we're going to end up doing this time is start building up the strings part a little bit. First, we gotta take care of one more thing before we go ahead and we can do that. So like with every other great piece out there, let's go ahead and start with the beginning. As you can tell, what I'm doing is I'm putting in D's in every spot that I can, and we're going to go ahead and try and get a feel for what it's going to sound like. As you can tell, I'm also adding in ties to the notes. And then now we're going to start with adding some fermati, and later on some dynamics. Now, the general idea of what I'm doing is just basically going through and figuring out what I'm doing. That tends to be the way music works, is it's all experimentation. Now, as you see, what I'm doing is I'm adding in some dynamics. The whole idea behind this is I want to make sure that it matches the whole feel of the piece. The way piano works is whenever you hit a key and then just let it linger by either holding the keys down or by pressing the pedal, what ends up happening, the sound just dissipates. Well, the way with strings is when you move the bow, it keeps the sound going, so in order to make it less, you either have to take the bow off the string or you have to actually make the dynamics happen. So basically what we're doing is we're just going through and adding in the dynamics. A minute ago, I highlighted some notes and drug them back, and that's a feature that you can use with Finale. Basically, whenever you highlight something and you can copy and paste it over, it'll copy whatever is on it, and like in this case, what happened was we went on and copied the ties and everything to go with it. So now I'll start working on the next part of this introduction to the piece, which would be the decrescendos. So as you know, you can have two ways of writing in decrescendos, which would be using what's shown there as the little greater than less thans, or you could use going in and writing either crescendo, decrescendo. So now let's go ahead and get back to what I was saying a minute ago. The whole idea behind this piece is supposed to be an introduction to a game, which is supposed to be very scary. But the basis of the game is based in space, so I decided it should begin nice and quiet and kind of eerie, which is when I'll go in and add special effects later. But for now, it's supposed to sound just kind of creepy and dull. So after we go ahead and align all these notes, let's go ahead and take a listen to what it sounds like so far. Okay, so after listening at that time, what we need to do is start making some decisions. What I ended up doing right here is started playing around with the octaves of the notes, and I decided what I should do was start figuring out if I needed to add the third of the chord, make it a little more ominous or not. So what I'm doing here is changing all the notes either from a D to an F, and seeing which one it should be, except for the bass, in which that would mess with the chord entirely because that would make it a first inversion chord. Alrighty, so after messing with that for a while, what we need to do is just jump ahead for a minute. Now looking at what we have right now, you can see that the first chord is as a 4 chord going into a 5 chord, in which that's where the bass comes in with the A, and then it resolves back into a 1. Now what I was wanting to do was make it so that we could build a 4-5-1 and use the strings to just sort of enter in and build that nice little chord. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just a standard 4-5-1 and then running through and playing it a little bit. And if you have any suggestions, don't forget that this video is not just of me showing how I work, it's for YouTube input. And every couple of episodes I'll do just a playthrough of what we have so far, so that we can go ahead and figure out if there's anything that you feel like there should be changed, and we'll go ahead and do, well, I'll consider adding it in. After I played with both violins for a minute, I'm going to go ahead and start working with the cello. And what I decided to do is I'd make the cello go ahead and play what's written in with the bass to sort of double it. So now all I'm basically going to do is start working on where we left off. So we'll start working on the 4 chord and make sure that it precedes the 5 chord really well, and make sure that it makes sense going with following basic harmony structures. And also I need to start adding in some dynamics so that we can get the effect of it growing and then shrinking back, because that's the way this cadence is supposed to feel. Is it's supposed to grow and then just sort of just kind of fade away. So as you saw, the piece is pretty much straightforward from there on. Sorry about the little error at the end, but for some reason it wasn't wanting to play right. So what I'm doing now is I'm just adjusting it to make sure I can at least get it so that it'll play right. But anyways, thanks for watching. If you have any questions about this or anything that we do with the blog, then feel free to contact us through here. The blog is always either the Facebook fan page at SULLIADM, or you can contact us at Facebook from facebook.com/SULLIADM, Twitter at www.twitter.com/SULLIADM. And as always, thanks for watching.